And I know there's going to be somebody who says, you don't need makeup. You're so pretty. Without it, you don't need it. Why are you wearing it? I know. I'm not gonna die if I don't wear it, but just let me. Hello and welcome back to this channel and Vlogmas. I just ran over one or two of my toes trying to move this chair to here. I'm in pain. So today I wanted to just sit down, get ready, do my makeup before I film other videos for Vlogmas, and just want to talk to you about my life, some updates, things in general, why not? So I did this for Vlogmas last year. That was the only time in a while that I did a makeup video, and I thought I would do it again this year because things have changed. So, for my foundation, I'm going to use the Too Faced Born This Way in the color Porcelain. And I know there's going to be somebody who says, you don't need makeup. You're so pretty. Without it, you don't need it. Why are you wearing it? I know. I'm not gonna die if I don't wear it, but just let me. Normally when I'm doing my makeup, I watch Samantha Ravindal videos because she's like my favorite makeup person on YouTube, but I'm not now, so this is weird. By the way, you should go follow her if you don't. She does not caption, so that's like 100% deal breaker for you. That's just something to consider. But Sam, if you're watching this, please consider captioning. I have a $10, well, this is for everyone, but if you are considering captioning your videos and are willing to pay someone, I do have an affiliate code down below with a link, and you can click on that and get up to $10 off your first order with Reb. So if that's something you're interested in, there you go. Concealer is Too Faced Born This Way multi-use sculpting concealer in Porcelain, but I also, as like a highlighting thing on top, I use the Born This Way Naturally Radiant. Actually, I think I just bought these two at the same time because I wasn't sure about color, and now I just kind of use them both together. I have no idea how this is gonna look. I don't know what this is gonna look like on camera. I imagine that the lighting is gonna change up the way my face looks. Anyways, I've broken my YouTube curse. If you follow me on social media, I was whining for a while because I was going through a really bad YouTube curse, and I don't know if it was me or if it was the YouTube outage, the aftermath of the YouTube outage, in case you're like, what the hell? YouTube was down a couple weeks ago. YouTube was down for a couple of hours, and ever since then, views and subs plummeted. It was so bad, and every time I would upload, and even a day or two after I would upload, I would be in the negative, in the red, in terms of subscribers, for so long, for like a month. And I mean, that's normal when I would upload, like every once in a while I would get that when I upload, but it was so consistent, so frequent, that I was like, what the heck is going on? And my views were awful. I mean, yeah, like, videos would go up to 1,000, but it would take, like, days to get there. It was so bad. And I didn't know if it was me. I mean, for a while, I was thinking it was me, and I was so down about it, and I was talking about it on social media. And I obviously talked about it in my Grateful video. So, that was a bummer, but I don't know. Ever since the Grateful video, things have been, like, really good. So, I've been very happy about that. I know I've been getting a little bit of comments in that video where, you know, people were kind of, or at least one person was getting down about me, like being down about that and whatnot. But I think what I hope people understand is that it can be a real bummer when you work so hard to do something and then like it starts to fail for a while and you don't know what's going on, and you try to ask people what they want, you give them what they want, but then it's still failing. It's like, I don't know what it is. So I took a week off. I watched a lot of Roberto Blake. I love Roberto. So I was watching him and I was taking notes and I was once again asking people what they wanted. And then I was thinking to myself, what do I want to do? What can I do to not only make viewers happy, but make me happy? Because, yeah, like, when you're a business, when you're trying to do content to make others happy, you also want to make yourself happy. Because if you can't make yourself happy, then you're gonna create content that you could not be bothered to deal with, right? So yeah, I took about a week off and tried to fix things or whatever, so I got a new setup. It's not really a new setup. If you follow me years ago, I was filming on this bed with a different camera and crappy lighting. But now I got a different camera and I'm using natural light, and hopefully it looks a little more personal. Trying to move away from so much educational content or whatever and try to do more personal, I guess, content, or like less I'm very stiff and I'm giving you facts videos, which is basically the point of Vlogmas for me. Like, I can just chill. Maybe I'll give you some educational videos, but at the same time, I want to chill and like let go a little bit. Okay, that's, let's be honest, I have more eyeshadow than I actually need. I have more makeup than I actually need. I went through this bad thing where I was buying a bunch of, I blame ColourPop because they're so damn affordable. So I have a lot of eyeshadows now, and somebody from my Twitch audience bought me a new eyeshadow palette, so I'm gonna use that today. But let me show you. So this is the Masquerade by Juvia's. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. The good thing about this, at least when Micah gifted it to me, is that it has a couple of neutrals, but it also has a lot of color. When's the last time you saw me wear any color on my eyeball? So to prime my eyes, I have the NYX Proof It. This is waterproof eyeshadow primer. So yeah, I went through this whole, I'm gonna buy a bunch of makeup again now. Like, I don't know. Like, I suddenly started craving makeup again, and then I realized now that I need to stop because I have too many. I have too many eyeshadows and way more lip products than I actually need. So I think in last year's Vlogmas, I showed my little quad that I got from the Anastasia Black Friday sale. I still have this. I haven't even hit pan on anything. I'm almost to the pan on the gold shade. But anyways, so when I prime my eye, I take that like really light shade and use that to act as a base for color. Once I'm done with Vlogmas, I want to take another week off and then really think about what I want to do for 2019. Try to spruce things up a bit and change content, because I've been watching some commentary channels. Angelica Oles, I'm not sure. But there's been like the Road to Irrelevancy videos. You know, I see people make comments about how like people aren't changing their content and they get bored, and I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I've been bored with my own content sometimes as well, because, like, how much content can you make about deafness? But then I remember, hi, also bisexual, I could do more chronic pain videos, more mental health videos. Well, a lot of people said that they kind of shy away from mental health videos sometimes because it's a little bit triggering, which I also understand. I know for April, I want to dedicate at least, like, 2 videos to Child Abuse Awareness Month, because if you don't know, I dealt with that. That's something that I want to make videos of eventually. I don't want to completely stop, like, educational awareness type of content, but I do think that people also just want a mix. Alright, so it's Christmas. It's almost Christmas. So I do green. I'm scared, people. I'm scared. I am not. So what are you all doing for Christmas? I'm honestly not a holiday person. I'm gonna make a video about that. But I'm going to be going to Jersey. And I'm gonna be there from the 23rd through January 3rd. So I'm gonna spend New Year's and Christmas with my boyfriend in Jersey. I'm not sure exactly what all we're gonna do. I know he wants to go to a concert for someone that he really likes in Philadelphia for New Year's. So I guess we're gonna do that. But other than that, I'm not sure. So I'm gonna use this. This is called Molly. It's green. So I'm excited about that. I'm leaving on the 23rd. So I'm scared, but I'm leaving at like in the afternoon. I'm gonna get there in the morning. So hopefully, I figure the lines are gonna be long, but hopefully because I'm gonna be there a couple hours early, it won't be too bad. I still have not gotten TSA pre-check, because I have to find my passport, because they need, like, multiple documentation. And I can't find my brand new American citizenship papers. So, I look like the Grinch right now. I actually really only use this palette and, like, my little quad. So I used Molly, which is the green, and then I used a little bit of, oh yeah, so I used the transition color that I had in here, and then I took a little bit of Burkina to darken things up, and then in the inner corner I used the gold that I have in here, and then on top I used Giza? I'm not sure how you pronounce that, but it's the little highlight. Who am I? Do you remember? You know what? Comment down below if you are an OG, if you were here from my makeup days. I know there are a few people, but if you are specifically one of them watching right now, leave a comment down below. But you will remember, I think even when I stopped doing makeup on YouTube, but I was still occasionally uploading like really colorful looks to Instagram. Now I just, I don't wanna. To be fair, I was barely wearing eyeshadow for a while, and I was just wearing, like, eyeliner and mascara. So, okay. This is the NYX Epic Ink Liner in black. We're gonna do the wing that I'm known for. And people ask, Rikki, how do you get your lines to look like that? I atheist pray and hope for the best, and sometimes it doesn't work. So I think I forgot to mention this, but, you know, I do want to apologize for any times when I've been consistently, like, boo-hoo. Because I know not everybody likes to hear or read that all the time. I don't. I mean, if I wanted to do that, I'd go watch a horror movie or something. But again, you know, still trying to be authentic type of thing. A perfect example I can think of is Samantha Ravindal again, and Stephanie Lange, I don't know. She's another makeup person on YouTube. And they both recently uploaded videos about how viewers will want authenticity, honesty, and whatever, because viewers are getting tired of people, like, always being sponsored, or lying about liking this, or whatever, or, like, faking happiness, or whatever. So, you know, eventually they changed, or maybe they never changed. Like, with Stephanie, she's always been like, this is me. So then when, like, somebody would make a change in personality and be more honest and authentic, which doesn't always come with positivity. But then people got upset about that. So it's kind of like, well, I don't know we don't know what to do, because sometimes it's even the same people who are, you know, going back and forth about that type of thing. And I think Nicola Foti also made a video about fake positivity and whatnot, and how people are wanting that for the cameras, but then people get mad when fake positivity happens, but then when people show vulnerability, people don't like that either, and it's just a struggle. It's like, we don't know what we want. So it sucks, because you want to make people happy, right? But here's the thing. You can't make everyone happy. And the more of a following you have, the harder it's going to be. Double shot on ice with 2 pumps of classic and coconut milk, in case you're wondering. So now my next question is, what is one thing that you would want for Christmas? Now I'm going to take a little bit of Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On and Perversion. Sexy face. That's always a sexy face, isn't it? Sexy mascara and eyeliner face. Go for mascara. I have a sample size, or just trial whatever size of the Too Faced Better in Sex mascara. I've never wanted to pay full price for such an expensive mascara until now. I actually really like this. This is like $20. But I love the way that this makes my eyelashes look. Even if I don't wear eyeshadow and eyeliner, this makes them look phenomenal. So I'm going to use a shade from the Kat Von D palette. A mixture of these two for like the outside, and then I use something else for the rest. In the comments, leave a weird little fun fact about you. For me, I cannot drive with straight posture. I cannot sit up straight and drive. I've been noticing this about myself. And instead of driving like this, I kind of drive like this, like slanted a little bit. And then, like, I would notice it, and then I would shift back straight. But then, somehow, I just ended up going back like this. I don't understand what it is. Alright, and then for the rest of my brows, hopefully I can clear this up a little bit. This is the ColourPop Brow Boss Gel in dark brown. Now we move on to the rest of the face, because I'm looking a little pale. I should shut up and drink this. It's gonna get watered down so fast. I have a couple face products. I only actually have one blush now. Milani Powder Blush in Blossom Time Rose. This is pretty much the only one that I have and use. Okay, well, there's one that came in this Oh Honey palette from Sugar Pill. I bought this as like an everyday travel palette. So if I go anywhere, I could just have this because it has eyeshadows and blush, and then I don't have to. For bronzer, I have Milani Baked Bronzer in Dulce. I have the Anastasia So Hollywood. I got this during like 2 years ago, Black Friday. I have another one that I use by Milani as well. And I have a whole palette from Tarte because of playlist gifting us stuff from Tarte. But, so yeah. But I'm going to use this because I have it with me. So first, I like to start off with bronzer. And I'm going to use a different brush because that one's dirty. So, work. What do you do as a job? So, as you know, I do YouTube. I write. I've been slacking on the writing. I'm going to try to, that's one of the things I want to do for 2019 is do better with that, because, like, Vlogmas videos take up so much time. I do Twitch. Basically, it's just a lot of, like, self-employment, freelance, tip-based stuff, you know? But I also do public speaking. VidCon, playlist. VidCon, please invite me next year. I'm so sad that I didn't get to go this year, but hopefully next year. And I go to colleges. Colleges is where, like, it's paid work. So, I finished up a presentation in Windsor, University of Windsor, Ontario, in Ontario, Canada, and a presentation at the University of Iowa. And I'm pretty much am not booked for anything now. So if you would like to hire me for anything, go to rikkipoynter.com, and I have a whole list of, like, topics I can talk about. I'd really love to be able to do presentations on, not deaf stuff, that's pretty much all that I've been hired for, but on my list of things I can talk about, I have, like, child abuse awareness, mental health, chronic pain, like, disability in general. So I have a list of stuff on my website, child abuse awareness. I can do sexuality, I can do mental health, whatnot, so I'd really like to be able to branch out in terms of that. So I should probably reach out to people. But yeah, if you are interested in hiring me, I could use the work, and it's something that I love to do. RikkiPoynter.com, I have a contact form. Now I'm going to do highlighter. Pretty much done, so let's take this down real quick, right? I'm not sure what my hair is. Okay, that's not too bad. I bought Sugarville products not long ago. Here we go, Dainty, that's what I was thinking of. I had Dainty and Truffle, those are the two that I bought from, like, Sugar Pill's High Tea Collection, or Tea Collection, whatever. So this is just a everyday color. It's actually a really pretty color, I really like that. And you smell like creamsicle, which is one of my favorite smells, so. Alright, that's it. I'm officially ready to go film other videos, and yeah, so there's some updates on things going on and just talking about stuff in general. I hope you enjoyed this video. Makeup might not be everybody's thing, but, you know, that's why I try to incorporate just, you know, talking about general stuff as well, so that way, at least if you don't care about this part, you might care about whatever's coming out of my mouth. Again, thank you for watching. Before you go, if you haven't, consider being a pledge on Patreon. It's a great way to support your favorite creators' content. With me, you get perks like music playlists, written pieces that you won't see anywhere else, and pen pal letters if you pledge high enough. And I will see you later. Bye!